Hold on a second. Another way how you can tell that a person don't love themselves is their spirits. Their spirits. Their spirits. People, let me break something down to you. When I meet a woman and she says, that's why I'm staying single for life. Get away from that, Cancer. Get away from that. Do yourself a favor. Get away from that person. Quick. Let me tell you why. Tell you why. God dang it. Hold on a second. All right. Check this out. When you talking to a woman and that woman says to you, when that woman says to you, when you talking to a woman and that woman says to you, oh, she's selling. Yeah, hold on. Let me break that down. Gee, I almost forgot. Hold on. All right. Excuse me. So her spirits. If you don't want to put two and two together to understand what I'm talking about right now, when I say the, one of the ways how you can tell that she doesn't love herself is her spirits. People, people. Here's what I believe. Call me stupid. Call me corny. Call me old fashioned. When you hear a woman defy companionship, that woman is broken. People, I've done over 20,000 shows and videos in my life. You ain't ever heard me say I don't need no woman. And I got it made. You've never heard me say I don't need a woman. Ever. I need companionship. Here's what I believe. I believe that when you speak a cancer like that, depending on who your audience is, you're trying to tell somebody try harder. Like a woman to say, that's why I'm single for life. Now you're supposed to say, boy, I really need to try hard to convince. That's why women say crap like that. It's a dirtbag thought process that is being sold under the context of, I really mean that. No, you don't. I want to be clear when I say that. But when I hear a woman say that, I'm not up for the try harder challenge. I'm not up for that. Uh, I'm not up for that let me change your narrative, try hard challenge. No, no. When I hear a woman say, that's why I'm gonna be single for life. And then I look at, especially when a pretty woman say it, I'd be like, you're such a dirtbag. You're a dirtbag. You're such a dirtbag. If she got kids, I'm like, I feel sorry for your kids. You're a total waste of existence. You see, ain't that harsh? Not as equal as harsh as they think. That is just trash bag. You know why? Once again, we all went somewhere. If you like pizza, I'm sure you went somewhere and you said, this pizza is horrible. I'm not eating this pizza no more. I'm sure we all went through life and had car problems and never said, I'm never driving a car again. But the one thing that you need more than anything to complete yourself is companion. And you hear these idiots speaking out about it. But the reason why, let's be clear, that person does not love themselves. You know why? Boy, I'm glad you asked. What do you want for yourself then? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You don't want the best for yourself. What do you want? What is the prize in saying I don't want companionship? All right, let's just say, what is the prize? Are you gay to say I don't ever want a man? I want to be single. What are you? Because that's an entirely different individual of you. That explains an entirely, different identification of you. If a man says I don't want no woman, then you're gay. You want a man. But the ultimate thing is you want companionship. Nobody says I'm hungry. I think I'm a go on a diet. Nobody says that. Nobody says, oh man, I'm running late for work. Let me get 5 more hours, 5 more minutes of sleep. Who says that? Think about it. When was the last time somebody said, oh man, I'm late for work. Let me just get 5 more minutes of sleep? Nobody says that. But they'll say things and try to sell you these trumped up false narratives that only shines light on their mentals. It only shines the light on who they are. And the reason why they're saying that, because they don't love themselves. You can go ahead and say, no, that's not it. Listen, I'm not trying to hear that. There's a lot of examples of old folks in old folks' homes growing old by themselves with people that don't love them. They're just punching a clock. And it's a sad situation. And you're putting all the ingredients in your life to head that way. Especially if you don't got no kids. Damn, really? I'm a loner. I'm an introvert. I don't want no parts in growing old alone. I don't. I got invited out for dinner on Saturday. And I was like, wow. And I had already ate. And I got invited out for dinner. And I was like, shoot, companionship on a Saturday? I'm all in. Miss Gloria said, why would we be anywhere else, Chris? There's so much to learn here. Ah, salute for that. Thank you so much. Black Caesar said, Chris, the best and most effective way that I have found out of venting a woman is to being long-term girlfriend or wife comes down to one thing. You must make the people, you must meet the people who raised her. Very well said. He also said, anytime a woman that meets and brings me around their family after the hellos and a little back and forth Q&A, uh, you must sip a drink and during and eat, and you must sit, drink, and observe. Very well said. Very well said. But listen, listen. I love myself. I love me to death. Oh boy, I love me. I love me. But you don't love yourself. Especially when a pretty woman says that, you get all the attention in the world. But you know what? You're fighting. Somebody ain't saying something to me that they should say. Oh, 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 I told him that I liked him and that ain't enough. Yeah, because you listen, let me tell y'all this, and I mean it. And y'all be looking at me with the third eye when I say it. If I met a woman with 5 kids by 5 different men, and that woman sat down and said, I was wrong, I did all the wrong things, I'm suffering from it, not give me this harsh thing. But if that woman sit at the table with me and say, I've lived a reckless life, I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done, you know, I'm paying for it now, and it ain't easy. But you don't get that with 5 kids of 5 different men. Every woman that I've met ain't none of them ever doing nowhere near as good as I am, and I'm not asking them, or nor do I say they need to. It's my kid's gonna be all right. I'm good. I'm independent. I'm this and that, and that just doesn't match your lame scenario. It does not match. It doesn't. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. It don't match. When you listen to someone and how they speak, it will tell you if they love themselves or not. It will. I promise you that. I promise you. Honesty with self, the first form of love to oneself. Honest, to be honest with yourself. I'm honest with myself. I'm honest with myself. I'm honest with myself. You got individuals that don't have that. And that's the truth. When they sit there and they tell you, I don't need no, I don't, and you're looking at them and you're seeing a trash bag situation, they're telling you try hard. That's all they're telling you. That's all they're telling you. They're telling you, oh, I'm raising an obstacle of all the things you got to jump over to get me to love you. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Don't sit down there and fall for that nonsense. Because all you have to do is say, well, if it was like that, well, how come all this is like this? Because that's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. I don't allow a woman to tell me that. I don't. You only get one chance to let me know you got a trash bag logic. That's it. I'm not, listen, I don't, here's the unfortunateness of a lot of men. Here's the unfortunateness of a lot of men. You guys don't do it as I told y'all to do. And I told y'all what to do. I told y'all what to do. Y'all just ain't listening. You know, and what I told y'all what I told y'all to do is I told y'all to go ahead and pay for the coochie. Didn't I tell y'all that? I told y'all that. Told y'all. I said, go ahead and pay for the coochie. Come on. I told y'all. I said, go ahead, pay for the coochie. And what I mean by that is, I tell y'all that because there's a lot of stuff going on with individuals that claim that they are players. And those are the individuals I was talking to, by the way. When I said that, I'm not talking to individuals like myself who want a wife and et cetera, et cetera. But there's a lot of men out there that are players. And I know one guy that's paying $1,500 a month in child support. $1,500 a month in child support comes to $18,000 a year. $18,000 a year is 1,800 nuts. If you was to pay a woman $100 to have sex, that would mean you paid 1,800. You bust 1,800 nuts. I'm 50 years old. I ain't never bust 1,800 nuts in a year. Had to take it there for a second, but now I'm gonna get back on track. Come on, god dang. So I keep hearing something, y'all. Oh, that's the Spectrum truck. I keep hearing some thumping and bumping. Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of nuts. But if you would just simply pay, you wouldn't have the problems. And a lot of individuals, um, when I see a lot of these individuals going through all these stuff, now Cuba Gooding Jr., I say to myself, it's sad. It really is. Um, I remember the Epstein cat when I heard the footage when he was telling the girl, "Come on, just come in my room. Come on, I'm a very big Hollywood guy. Come on." I mean, I was just listening to that and I was shocked. Like, Dad, that's what guys really do. That guys really do that. I didn't know. I thought everybody thought like I did. It was said that Bill Cosby interrogated himself. Why? Why these individuals? Why is the coochie so why? I don't live like that. I love myself. That's what we're talking about here today on WNFL National Fathers League Talk Radio. I'm your host, Chris One of the Chris One Radio Group. I love myself. I love myself. I am not infringing upon no woman's and violating no woman under the context of anything. I'm not setting up the coochie. I'm not, if I say this to her, then maybe I'll get some. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not doing that. A lot of individuals do. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna always say this. Eddie Griffin said it in his special. He said, I'd rather pay for the sex up front, and I agree with that 1,000,000%. I've been telling y'all that though. I just seen Eddie Griffin's special over the weekend. And I agree with that. And I say that from the context of a lot of you guys, you really don't understand the game on the back end. Once again, let me tell you the difference between Hugh Hefner and R. Kelly. The late Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner had the Playboy Mansion. And Hugh Hefner concept was, excuse me, I am going to invite you to the mansion. Whatever goes on in here, you know, blah, 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 blah. But you sign this piece of paper and you're part of the Playboy Bunny experience. Hugh Hefner, now I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I had the Playboy Mansion handbook. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying to you is you can just tell when they let you inside the damn thing. Everybody in there half naked and knew their role. I don't think Hugh Hefner ever came up with a situation where anybody said that they were raped inside the Playboy Mansion. It possibly could have. I can't recall it right now, but I haven't seen that. All right. Now, let's stop. R. Kelly. R. Kelly. R. Kelly concept was I'm going to get all these women and all of them are going to be my wife. That's an entirely different concept of Hugh Hefner. R. Kelly didn't say this is going to be the